Good morning, all. Welcome to another video. How is everyone doing? Family, friends, subscribers, critical thinkers, sisters and brothers in Christ. Hello, hello, and happy Saturday morning to you. We all know what has happened with George Flood was horrific, as they usually are. And I had gotten so tired of hearing about the coronavirus that I stopped watching the news a while ago. I would turn it on just to hear the portion of the weather so that I would know which time of day I would go out for my walk, which is what I'm doing now. So pretty out. And today is Sunday, so I have my church service. We're still having our church services via telephone. That's fine. It's the way we have to do it now. It's fine. DC partially opened phase 1 Friday, this past Friday. So Maryland, I think PG County, I think they partially opened phase 1, might have been last week. So to get back with, I gotta finish this video before 11 o'clock because that's what time we start our services on the phone. So I've been looking at the news, CNN really, and just hearing a lot of things and seeing a lot of things, and it's all disturbing. How they say it, from rooter to the tutor. It's all very disturbing and by no means funny at all. But I said to myself, get up, go and shower, sun's out, go outside and walk, so that by the time 11 o'clock comes, get my spirit right, my head right, so I can worship God and listen to the word that is coming forth today and act accordingly. But I was just really so outraged the last 2 or 3 days. I really was. Because I'm tired of it. Just tired of it. So I was like, go outside, walk in the sun. The sun hit your face, put your shades on. Put on your smell goods. It's quiet out here too. They had a riot in downtown DC. I found out, this was yesterday, I found out last night that was happening in DC. So, here we are. Sometimes when you're angry about things, it's best just to sometimes be quiet. Because once your words go out, they can't come back. Look at how pretty it is. The sun's out. I'm going to keep praying for my black brothers, uncles, cousins, mine and yours, who really, really need it. But something interesting, however, I got up this morning to do my daily devotion as I normally do. It's about 3 o'clock actually. And I gotta tell you, honestly, after I prayed my prayer, I went to my Bible to see if I had completed the book that I had been reading, which was Daniel. And I did complete it. But I'm going to have to go back to Daniel again and again and again. But I might go to my next book to read in the Bible, might be Exodus. And I say that because what I did do, what I thought about this morning, I wanted to read a psalm, I wanted to read a proverb, but I didn't. I couldn't, I didn't. You know, I was still very, I guess I was still upset because of all was happening. I guess I was still feeling some kind of way. And perhaps I didn't stay in prayer long enough that burden would lift from me. Honestly, because I do know that Jesus lifts burden. Sometimes you got to stay there a little longer. But what I did look at really, really quickly, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and read this. Because in the first chapter, I'm walking, so it's my breathing. So I'm going up and down hills and whatnot. The first chapter, Jesus, bird flying over my head so low. The first chapter of Exodus talks about the Hebrews being in slavery, a dark-skinned people in the land of Egypt by a Pharaoh who kept them enslaved. His thought was, wow, these people are growing in number, and they just keep growing in number, and they're pretty strong, and you know, they got good work ethics. So he set out to enslave them. And when he saw that they could do the work for their meal, because that's all they was barely getting was a meal, and all they had was their love for one another, so a lot of children came forth. He said to himself, I'm paraphrasing, make the work harder. Take away the straw. Make the work harder for these dark-skinned people. You know, you see that hate? And it went down from generation to generation. It went down from generation to generation. And no one put in the effort to stop it. That people are human beings. If they work, they should get fair wage. And I saw from just reading a portion of, and I'm going to get back with you and discuss it some more on another walk or another video. It's right there. And, you know, the book of, Ecclesiastes? Solomon is the preacher there, King David's son. And he said, there's nothing new under the sun. He said everything that is already was. He said there's a time for everything. Time to love, he said, and a time to hate. He said a time to rent and a time to sow. And I believe it's Ecclesiastes 3. If you get a chance, take a look at it. If you get a chance, take a look at the book of Exodus, chapter 1, 2, and 3. You may have to read it slowly, read it out loud, go back and read it again, and pray for an understanding as you read it. So I'm going to do that. That'll probably be, more than likely, that'll be a part of my, sorry, I'm going to put my finger in the way, my Monday morning devotion. So things are opening back up. I think it's going to take me a couple trips down to the museums here. Whatever is open, check it out. You know, just for activity. Talk to people. Pray with people. I know it's going to be at least one or two people that I can talk to about Jesus Christ, about salvation of soul. That's my goal. And to get out and just to get that activity. All the while being safe, of course. So, I don't want to talk too long too much, because the whole purpose really this morning is just to get out in the quiet and enjoy the sun and the grass while it's still quiet outside and there's not a lot of ruckus. I pray for the peace of mankind's heart and mind. I pray for the peace in our country. And I pray for justice. And I pray that we will lend our cry out to God. And I know that He will hear us. All right, you guys.